Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Angela again here today. I know I've done a lot of videos, and I don't think anybody's seen them, so I'm just going to keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going. I'm not one to give up, and I've got a lot to say, so I decided to go ahead and research ECT. When I was in the hospital last, the doctor believed that that was my last hope because... Hi, Boba. Or you want to see on TV too? Huh? You want to see on TV too? Good boy. Go see Daddy. Go see Daddy, big boy. My special little dogs. Got two of them. Anyways, when I was in the hospital, my doctor felt that because I am medically resistant and have been fighting bipolar and PTSD since I was 15 years old. I've been in and out of hospitals since I can remember, probably 30 to 40 times, maybe even 50. I've lost count. Mostly at uni, a couple times here in Colorado. I've also been to rehabs in California. I went to Passages. I also went to Rebos in California. Went to Transformations in Florida. Went to a place in Michigan that was kind of a joke, but I got myself out of there quick and went to Transformations in Florida. The one I graduated was Passages in Malibu, and I thought that was a great, great program. I would recommend that to anyone that can afford it. It was an absolute life changer for me. Unfortunately, soon after, I quit drugs. Then my son in 2015, ended up in prison for murder. I had my son at 16, so we were more like brother and sister. We spent every second of every day together. He was like my best friend for the longest time and still is. I met my husband in about 2008. He completely changed my life, but I think I completely changed his life too because I had a lot of emotional problems. Some of them I didn't recognize at the time. Some of them I did. I just didn't know what to do about them because nothing had helped. I keep going in and out of hospitals, and they'd tell me this and they'd tell me that, and I'd see counselors that I wouldn't trust, and so I'd stop seeing them, and I'd see doctors that I didn't trust, and so I stopped seeing them, stopped taking my medication. And so when I was at Mind Springs for about 2 weeks today, the doctor told me that I had no identity, which made sense to me because I don't know who I am from one sense to the next. I don't think necessarily that I have no identity, because sometimes I do think I am. I know who I am, but it's a very difficult... sorry, I'm having trouble with my words because I'm not sleeping well. And there again, nobody cares in this state. We're full of Democrat doctors, and I'm a Republican, so like Biden says, I'm a terrorist. I'm an extremist, and I'm the worst part of this country, which is funny because I'm not the one blowing up police stations and killing people and doing all the other things that they did in their peaceful protests. So anyways, long story short, my son had a baby, and about 6 months after he had a baby, he went to prison for murder. He killed his best friend over some jealousy issues. His girlfriend wasn't the best person. So when he went to prison, she lost the baby. We tried to adopt him, but my husband's in a disabled vet, and we've been trying to get him some help. And I also have a lot of mental problems. We thought we found the perfect adopted family that would take good care of him, and we were happy for him because we thought he would have a better life. We could have adopted him, but we decided not to because we wanted him to have a good life, and we were thinking of him more than we were thinking of us. And about probably maybe a year ago, she let us talk to him for maybe 5 seconds to tell him happy birthday. Before that, we weren't getting much contact with him at all. Before we moved to Colorado, she said that we would have plenty of contact. We could come see him. Her husband said that he wanted to come see a baseball game, and then we'd have plenty of time to spend with him. That hasn't happened. No contact with him has happened. No pictures in the last year. And she got mad at me when a year before, when I said, we feel like we have no contact with him, and it's very, very hard. And she just went off on me like I've never believed. I couldn't even believe it. My husband was sitting right here while she was yelling at me. I don't deal well with yelling because I have PTSD and some things that happened when I was a child. So I just kind of shut down. I couldn't even answer her questions, and she has refused to speak with me. She has refused to let us see our grandchild or have pictures or anything. I asked her if I could write Ethan a letter, and she said yes if he can read it. And I asked if he could write back to me, and she said yes. Of course, everything that she has said yes to, she has completely denied. I don't know why. She is a God-loving woman. She goes to a Baptist church, and I thought that she was a Christian-loving woman. I don't think Christian-loving families do this kind of stuff. I think they have hearts and less judgment, and she may have read some bad things in my grandson's folder, which were a lot of lies because they were told by Lena, not me. I feel like if you have a question to ask about me, then ask me and I'll tell you the truth no matter what, even if I don't like it. I'm a very honest, open person. I have a lot of integrity. I don't even like to lie about anything. If someone tells me what color is the grass and I look outside and the grass is green, I'm not going to tell them it's purple. That's just ridiculous. I don't lie. I don't like to lie. I used to be a liar, and I just don't like to lie anymore. So I'm making this video today to tell people that it's not right to use children for your own personal means. It's not right. I know my little boy, Ethan. I know he's not my boy, but he's kind of my boy. He's my grandson. I know that he is crying. I know he is sad because Bumpy and Grandma are the only constant he's had in his life. He has lost his father, he has lost his mother, but he's never lost us until now. And Bambi, I don't want to use any names, and his adopted parents have said, we want him to have all the family he wants, all the family he can, we want him to have. And we felt that maybe they just used us to adopt him. And now it's to the point where, well, if you're not letting him see him, are you beating him? Is there things that you don't want us to know? Because every time that we have talked to him, like on his birthday, we would ask him a question, and he would look to his mother to make sure he could answer it. So to me, that's pretty sketchy. I'm not saying that they're abusing him. I always thought they're good people. They live on a farm. They have 2 other kids and another kid that they adopted. I'm not saying they're bad people. But to take a child away from his family is bad, especially when we have done nothing wrong. I have always followed her rules. I have always followed everything she has said to me, everything. So I'm a little stressed. I'm extremely stressed. And I have bipolar, and so I am on the couch one day sleeping and up and doing this another day. So I'm at the point where I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to solve the problem. I just want to see my little guy. He's my little bugger, and I just want to see him. I want to know he's okay. And I want to repair this relationship with Bambi and Dwayne. I tried sending them some texts tonight with some gospel music because I know they're Christian just as I am. I believe that God talks to me. Necessarily not talks to me from what I heard the preacher say to me the other day. It's not a talk. And I've always known it's not a voice that I hear. It's more of like just a prompting is what my preacher told me, not bishop. He says it's not really a talk. He says it's prompting. It's something that God wants us to do. And so I keep getting this prompting about you need to work things out with them. You need to forgive them, and they need to forgive you. And if you take the first step of forgiving, then maybe it'll be different. So I sent him some gospel music tonight, and I said, hopefully this will help repair our relationship if you just listen to these words. And they blocked me, which is so strange. Why would you block me? Why would you tell me that you want his grandparents to have a part of his life and then completely block me? I don't understand. And if you would just tell me what I done wrong, besides say one word wrong, it would mean the world to me, and I would change it. I would do anything to see him. I would do anything to see him. I would walk around with dog shit all over my body just to see him. And that's not even a joke. That is not even a joke. That's not being sarcastic. That's not being irrational. I would do anything to see this little boy and to make sure that he knows I still love him. I wonder if he goes to bed wondering where Grandma and Grandpa are. Do they still love me? Because kids just don't understand this kind of stuff. Kids don't understand. You should never, ever, 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 ever put a child in front of an adult conversation, first off, or an adult disconversation or disagreement. You should never do that. That's what evil people do. You should never do that. You know what the first thing it says in the Bible? Not the first thing, but the worst sin in the Bible is to hurt a child. That's not cool. And I am trying everything to keep my cool with these people, but I just don't understand what more I can do. So anyways, I guess that's it. But I still have more to say, so I will continue to say what I have to say. There's just so much on my mind. I figured this is the best way, and maybe I can help people. Maybe you can help me. I wish you would listen to my video. Like it, subscribe, whatever. I think maybe what you have to say and what I have to say, we can change things with each other. So have a beautiful night. Sorry so late. I just can't sleep. Peace and love.